Hey horse friends, I'm Becca Salamone and this is Southern Horse Talk Unplugged. And I'm standing here on location in Calera at actually a closed restaurant, but we're borrowing their porch. And I'm standing here with Mark Kelley. He is from Millbrook, Alabama. He's a singer-songwriter and a Nashville hopeful. So welcome to the show, Mark. How you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm cold.
Yeah, it turned cold overnight. We got on our jackets today. It was summer yesterday in Alabama, and we all know about the change of weather in Alabama.
That's right.
So, tell us a little bit about yourself, kind of, your history with horses, and then go into your history of music.
All right. Well, I'm from Prattville originally. I was actually born in Dothan, Alabama, but was raised in Prattville, and I call that home. And I do a lot of work in Millbrook, so artists and other fans and stuff recognize me with Millbrook. But as far as the horse world's concerned, is I actually rode bulls for a long time out in Texas and Louisiana and Oklahoma, New Mexico. But what got me into bull riding was riding saddle bronc horses and riding bareback horses and working on ranches out west and working with a lot of cutting horses and the Track Ranch out there, who's produced several really nice cutting horses. And so it kind of pushed me off into rodeo and got me going with the bull riding, because the bareback riding was fun, but I was like, I'm kind of an adrenaline junkie, so I like to be dangerous. So anyway, but as far my horse experience goes, as far as from cutting horses to breaking colts and actually sleeping under the stars out in New Mexico on ranches and watching cattle and stuff like that, to actually riding, cutting horses, getting cutting horses warmed up and ready to go, and riding horses in rodeo.
Okay, great. Now, how did you get into music, and did any of that experience influence your music?
It did. I'm a big Chris Ledoux fan, so that helped. But after the rodeos, I always had this thing about sitting on the tailgate of the truck, or and sitting out there while I was either waiting for the rodeo or after the rodeo, and would sit out there and pick guitar and stuff. You're on the road, you don't have much to do, and some of my competitors and friends would come over and hang out with us, and I'd sit there and play guitar. And it wasn't until one of them came up to me and said, "Hey man, you're probably a better singer, guitar player than you are a bull rider."
Thanks.
Yeah. So I was like, well, I appreciate it, but I didn't realize how serious he was until a couple of weeks later. He approached me and he says, I really think you need to take this serious. I had bucked off a bull and everything, and I was really getting down on myself, because I wasn't as being successful as I knew I could be. And we all get in those ruts, when it comes to livestock, and that's when music became serious for me. So I started booking shows and playing as much as I could.
That's awesome. And did you work with a band? And you're solo now, right?
Well, I am solo now with a backing band, but I started off, solo, just picking guitars at little barbecue houses and stuff like that all over Texas, and finally got to cut my first single out. And when I cut that out, then I said, okay, it's time to get for real now.
That's awesome. So now you're back in Millbrook. That's where you're from originally, right?
Real Prattville.
Okay. And then, you've been playing for how many years?
Oh, man, I've probably been, starting off playing guitar started when I was really, really young. I used to sit on my grandfather's knee and watch him play guitar and mandolin and stuff, and it skipped the generation, my dad's generation. They're not very musically inclined, so but that's when it all started, and I started learning how to play chords. But it was for fun, and it was just good old time sitting on granddaddy's knee. So I'm gonna say I've probably been playing guitar since I was about 4 or 5 years old. Wow,
that's a long time. So how many instruments do you play?
Oh man, I don't know. Bass, mandolin, lead guitar, rhythm guitar, harmonica. I love to play the harmonica and blues and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun for me, but never could really tackle the fiddle or anything like that. I could play banjo if it's a 6-string banjo. Awesome.
So then at one point you signed with a label. Is that Blue Farm Records? And how many years was that, and how many albums?
Well, we did 3 albums with Blues Farm Records, and and it helped jumpstart my career. It was a stepping stone, and I was with those guys for right at 4 years, and anyway, when I left the record label, and came back home, it was time to get, move on to something different and push even further. Being out in Texas and New Mexico, there's not a lot of opportunity to become a big star out there. You can on a local level and through those states, and in the Southwest, but as far as trying to make it into the mainstream world, it's really tough. So moving home was the option.
There you go. And it's closer to Nashville.
Absolutely.
Now, on your Facebook, it says that you're a BMA development artist for Nashville. What does that mean?
Pretty much as a development artist, what happens is you begin to learn what it takes to be a star. You start training to be a star. Little barroom gigs and stuff that you've been doing over the years, and playing on Friday nights and Saturday nights, those kinds of things, the little stuff that you did, to get your crowd interacted with you and things like that. They take those and they hone in on your skills and they help make you better. So when you do get the opportunity to go up in front of a major label and perform in front of a major label, everything to do, all the tricks to get folks involved with you, and it's pretty much just it's like going to college to be a superstar.
There you go. So you're all prepared. We're going to ask you some more about some opportunities that you're involved in, but can you give us a little sample of your song right now?
I can, yeah.
Which one is it going to be?
I don't know.
How about Sundown to September?
We'll work on that one. Let's see if we can't pull that one off.
Okay. So stay tuned, folks. We're going to have some songs right here from Mark Kelley as soon as he gets set up. Nice guitar.
Thank you. This thing, I've actually had this guitar since I started playing music, and I've had a couple new ones since then, but they never just felt as good as this one.
The original is always the best.
So I'll leave them at home. It's probably been about 4 different colors, but I think we're going to keep this one for a while.
So this is Sundown to September.
This one's Sundown to September. This song right here is one that we're going to the studio with in January. We got to play it live this past Friday night for the first time, and we got a standing ovation for the song. And I'm pretty excited with this one to take it into somewhere. And I really think this one will help jumpstart us into the next level. So
that's awesome. Okay, let's listen.
From sundown to September, I have chased your shadow long. When they said, man, you gotta stop, well, I just kept right on. From dawn to December, when the snow is falling cold, trying to make my way back home to you. You've been gone too long. For too long now I've searched the world for you. For too long now I've lived this life alone. For too long now I've tried to find another. You've been gone too long. From sundown to September. You've been gone too long. From sundown to September. From sun up to Salinas, I searched every dive and bar. I don't know what came between us, or how you went so far. For too long now I've searched the world for you. For too long now I've lived this life alone. For too long now I'm trying to find another. You've been gone too long from sundown to September. You've been gone too long from sundown to September. From sundown to September, yeah, I have chased your shadow long. When they said, man, you gotta stop, well, I just kept right on.
That's awesome. So that's one of your originals.
That's one of my originals right there, yo. Just wrote that song about a week and a half ago.
Oh my goodness! And you already got a standing ovation on it. That's wonderful. So most of your songs that you have now and your albums, everything that you do is original, right?
Yes, everything that I record's original. I don't really, to be honest with you, I don't really care too much for playing cover tunes. It's fun, when you've got a 4-hour show to fill or something like that. Then, it's fun to play some of those songs. But when it comes to being an artist and a performer, there's nothing better than an original song to get in touch with yourself and to get in touch with your fans.
Exactly. So let's talk about some of your opportunities. I'm going to whip out my notes here because you got lots of things going on. First of all, what is the Music City Songwriting Competition?
The Music City Songwriting Competition was an opportunity for country artists across the nation to submit their songs, and we actually submitted Speed Limit 40, and I'll probably play that one for you because that's a fan favorite. Awesome. But we recorded Speed Limit 40 on my last album, and I submitted it in there, and it was doing really good. It pushed into the top 50, and now I think it's falling back because the entries are getting bigger and bigger, and there's more and more songs coming through. But it's just a chance to try to get your music heard, get your songs heard, and try to get a publishing deal.
Awesome. Okay, so what about the Belk Southern Musicians Showcase?
Now, for anybody that watched the CMA Awards here not too long ago, they actually were talking about this. And what it is it's just for artists that are in the South. And it's an opportunity for our voice to be heard. And, and our songs to be heard. And it's a big showcase. They're doing it in Nashville, Atlanta, New Orleans, and a couple other places. So...
we're gonna let that ambulance go by.
But it's a opportunity to get heard and to try to get a record deal. And I think some of my colleagues have also applied for this thing. So it's gonna come down to the line with those guys.
Awesome. So which one do you want to talk about next?
Let's talk about this one right here.
Okay, that's the Scorcher Fest concert series.
That's the Scorcher Fest concert series, and that one's actually. Going to be in Australia, Sydney, Australia, and that's an opportunity for us to go over there and start a tour through Australia. And if we're selected for that, which we're real close right now, and if we get selected for that, then we'll be going to Australia for about a month and touring all over the place over there.
Can I go with you?
I don't know, mate.
So, all right. So, tell me about this pink wristband that you have on your arm, and what it has to do with which one? The Kings of A&R?
No, that's the Ellen DeGeneres.
The Ellen. Okay.
The Ellen DeGeneres show. Those guys. She's pushing this big fight against cancer, and what they're doing with this fight against cancer is she's letting music speak, and what she calls it is fighting cancer, and it's war through sound. And I'm a huge. I hate cancer. I hate it with a passion, and so it's something that I'm after. I actually lost my mother in 2013. She's real young to cancer, and that's also helped really push my music career further. And so I wear my pink cancer wristband in honor of her, and then also I have this really cool "Live Loud, Kill Cancer" bracelet that I sport everywhere. And so that's another opportunity for us to go on the Ellen DeGeneres show and try to fight cancer through sound and through music, and which is huge. That's not only a really great opportunity, but that's something that's close to my heart and something that is a huge influence on me.
That's awesome. So we'll make sure that we tag Ellen in this in this video. So what else do you want to talk about? Look at that list right there.
Oh man, there's so much stuff going on. There's not even there. I mean, just so many opportunities are happening right now, and it's from getting out there and pushing hard and you know, and trying to be heard and trying to be known and trying to, you know, grab as many fans' attention as we can, and every opportunity that comes across my table, I don't ever say no. I'm like, it's hard for me to say no when it comes to anything that has to do with country music.
Now let's talk a little bit about your colleagues, because the first Southern Horse Talk Unplugged was Jessie Lynn. She's a friend of yours.
Yes.
And y'all are talking about doing a tour next year in 2016. Is that right?
We are, Jessie and I, we have become really close over the past year, and you know, she's a great friend of mine. I love her music. She loves my music. We're always, you know, sending songs back and forth. Hey, what do you think about this one? And then she'll go, hey, what do you think about this one? You know, and her new single is fabulous. I love it. And with her, you know, having a horse background and things like that, and rodeo and me coming from the same background and stuff like that, and both of us really, you know, trying to push the traditional country music sound and stuff like that. We're getting together to work on a tour for 2016. And so right now it's talks. It's in the air. We've got some, you know, we've got some meetings coming up this winter to discuss more about it, and we're definitely set on playing a ton of rodeos together next year.
That's awesome. Definitely going to go see that.
Oh, yeah.
Now Jesse's working on a song that I wrote for Alabama Horse Talk Radio called My Alabama, and I brought a printout, so maybe you guys can work together and do that on your tour next year.
Well, we'll definitely have to work on that one for sure.
So what is your favorite song that you've written?
You know what? There's no telling. I've got so many that I've wrote. I love Speed Limit 40, you know, because it talks about, you know, Prattville and where I'm from, and so I really like that song. It talks about love, romance, being from a small town. So I gotta probably say Speed Limit 40 is probably my favorite.
All right, well, that's a good time to pick up your guitar right there and play Speed Limit 40 for us. Everybody, it's Mark Kelley.
I like it when my baby tells me let's take the long way home. We just need to spend a little time alone and take us for a cruise down some old back road. It don't matter where we go, just take it nice and slow. We can head up to the intersection out there down at Posey's Crossroads. Take a left down County Road 82 for a mile or so, or turn this thing around and head towards town. Maybe take a dirt road, get a little muddy. Good Lordy, speed limit 40. Well, we both work hard all week and we need us a little break, even if it comes with the radio up and a Bama license plate, and take us for a cruise down some two-lane road. Windows down, arms out, just cruising nice and slow. And we can head up to the intersection out there down at Posey's Crossroads. Take a left down County Road 82 for a mile or so, and turn this thing around and head towards town. Or maybe take a dirt road, get a little muddy. Good Lordy, speed limit 40. Yeah, we can head up to the intersection out there down at Posey's Crossroads. Take a left down County Road 82 for a mile or so, and turn this thing around and head towards town. Or maybe take a dirt road, get a little muddy. Good Lordy, speed limit 40. Speed limit 40. like it when my baby tells me let's take a long way home. We just need to spend a little time alone.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Now, something I almost forgot to ask you about was very important is a deal that you are doing with Cuban Distillery, who is coming to Leeds, Alabama. They're not open yet. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. They're moving from Miami to Leeds, Alabama, and they're actually they have some great products out there, and they're actually a Cuban brand distillery, and and of course Mike Chapley, who's the owner, he's from Miami, and he decided to move it up here because they're coming out with some new products, and he's like, man, I really need to say made in Alabama if I want to sell this product. I said, yes, you do. But I'm working with those guys on a really nice artist deal, and and working on some other things. One really cool thing that we have going on is actually my own signature rum, which will be called Mark Kelley's Country Blend Dark Rum.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I don't know what.
I assume you've tasted it.
It's really, really good. I'm still not sure how I'm going to take walking into a store and saying, hey, that's my face on that bottle right there.
I think you'll get used to it. So where can people go to see you play? Is it all around the South, just in Alabama?
Well, it's all around the South. Next year is going to be really everywhere we can go. I mean, I've got some shows booked for Oklahoma, some shows booked for Texas next year. So I'm going to be out and about on a national level next year. But I play locally, and so the best thing to do is just watch the Facebook page, and if you see us coming to your town, hey, get yourself freed up so you can come out and see the show.
Exactly. And then I think Friday you were at Cowboy Down Saloon. Is that right?
Yeah, Friday night we were at the Cowboy Down Saloon in Clanton, Alabama, and that's a fun place. I love playing up there. It's really cool, really nice atmosphere, really cool rodeo atmosphere.
But because the owner is a rodeo rider, right?
Yeah, Ronnie, he rode saddle bronc and bareback horses forever, and so me and him, we just, we click. And to walk in there, and when you're standing on the stage and you look all around you and there's all these pictures of bareback riders and stuff like that, man, it's awesome. I love playing in there.
That's awesome. Well, I appreciate you sharing with Southern Horse Talk today. So where can people go to find more information about Mark Kelley music? You
can go to reverbnation.com/mkelleymusic. It's Kelley. Everybody spells it wrong. You can also look me up on Facebook. It's facebook.com/MarkKelleymusic. And those are the two main places where you can go to see where we're going to be playing at. You can hear some live music. Search us on YouTube. Search Mark Kelley on YouTube. If you can do a Google search of Mark Kelley music, Mark Kelley country music, and things like that, and you can find a lot of stuff.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing and singing for us today.
Thank you. It's awesome. I love it.
And viewers, you can find more information at Southern Horse Talk Facebook and YouTube channel, and also on Alabama Horse Talk Facebook and YouTube. And coming soon will be southernhorsetalk.com.